We are once again covering the Energyear tour, but in this opportunity with one of the most important companies in the Energyear Italy 3rd edition. And of course, I'm talking about Ryzen Energy. And to talk about the company, I have the pleasure to say hello to Jerzy Rudnicki, Senior Product Manager for the company. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello.
Thank you for being here today. I want to start this conversation talking about what do you think has the Italian renewable market progressed during the first half of the year?
So it has progressed significantly. Actually, we can speak that the last year and this year has introduced a lot of changes and has speeded up the deliveries of the PV capacities in Italy. And especially when you compare this last half a year and the last previous year with the previous 10 years, maybe. So from 2013, we could see quite a bit of stagnation when it comes to the new capacities. Maybe on average half a gigawatt was installed annually, whereas last year Italy installed almost 2.5 gigawatt. And already in this year, in the half of this year, in Italy we are seeing almost the same capacity as the whole last year was installed. So you can expect also that in the next half a year this amount will be largely extended. So, and we can also see that out of this 2.5 gigawatts that is being now deployed, 47% around that belongs to residential segment, and the rest constitutes industrial, commercial installations, and also large-scale PV installations. The good thing is that in the second quarter of the year, we also saw really big installations being deployed, so those above, let's say, 10 megawatts. Maybe the one downfall which I can see is that also in the Q2 we have observed slightly decline in the number of the residential installations deployed, probably due to the reduction of the government incentives.
When we talk about Ryzen, we have to talk about efficiency, we have to talk about technology. You're looking forward to be one of the most important actors in the photovoltaic sector. What are the plans for the future with this background in the Italian market, and what are the plans that you have for the future for the next year, if we can talk about it?
Yes, so generally, maybe I should say before speaking about Italy, generally about Europe. So European market is very important for us. And also the numbers, for example, from the last year numbers, we could see that actually we have delivered around 36% of our total world deliveries to Europe. So this is the amount that has exceeded even domestic deliveries. And within Europe, Italy is now becoming, with this what I just mentioned in the previous question, Italy is becoming one of the countries of the interest for us. And also the deliveries have been increased. So the last year in total we have delivered around 156 megawatts in Italy. This year we already delivered more than 450. So these deliveries has already been tripled. You can imagine in the first half of the year. And we are delivering actually both our already quite known technologies, our PERC Titan modules, as well as the new technologies that we have introduced in this year. And I'm happy to say that we have recently delivered around 7 megawatt of the newest heterojunction modules, Hyper-Ion in Italy.
Well, and of course, when we talk about the markets in Europe, you already mentioned, we can talk about the challenges. Sometimes it's the regulation, sometimes the qualification of the people, sometimes it's the grid. What do you think are the most important challenges to overcome in this market?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, I should also mention something that I found quite interesting before mentioning the challenges, that Italy has actually increased its declarations when it comes to the total PV capacity deployed until 2030. This amount have been increased from around 50 gigawatt to almost 80 gigawatt. So if you think today in Italy we have around 27 gigawatt installed, that makes that Italy needs to install around 8 gigawatt of new capacities per year till 2030. Now, this will be quite difficult in Italy, according to us, basically because there are several problems which needs to be resolved. And depending on the scale of the installation, for the big installations, utilities, it's typically the permitting problems, the authorization. It was already spoken here also at the event. It consumes time, it consumes money, so a certain regulatory framework has to be put in place in order to speed up these processes. And when it comes to the smaller installations, residential, I think it's partially the change of the mindset is still needed in order to really understand that PV is actually needed, and it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing that every homeowner can actually install it, deploy it, and utilize it. And also, I think the question of the incentives, that has to be slightly improved. We have seen recently that the super bonus program was limited, so one have to think about these incentives a bit better in order to promote the PV in the residential segment.
Last but not least, I want to ask you about your opinion of Energyear Italy and this third edition.
I am quite impressed with the event. I must say it's the first time that I'm taking part in this event in Italy, but I'm quite surprised. I'm surprised about the size. So I heard that there have been around 600 people registered. And you can really see that the both rooms here are quite busy. It's a 2 days event. Most of the top companies in the sector are present here. I'm also quite surprised of the number of the sponsors and the companies that are presenting. I have counted there are 25 small booths here with the companies. That is the amount that I have never seen before on any event actually. Which also gives you something to think, you know, that this is quite an important event in Italy to participate. So I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to take actively part in this event.
Thank you, Jerzy, for being here today with us in Review Energy TV.
Thank you very much.